Mikel, at 1-0 for so long in that match, was it uncomfortable for you at times?
It is always and against Brentford because they just need a throw in, and it's a chaos and an adventure, and 1-0 is never enough against them. It's true that way. I think we dominated the game, created the biggest chances. We only conceded one chance on the save of David from the corner, I think. Overall, very happy. It was the week that we had 3 days later without any kind of recovery to do what we've done again. I'm very pleased and proud of the players.
You just mentioned that save, and I have to ask you about it, because David Raya, you've spoken about the difference that he's made for you in goal. That was one of the best saves of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the back, but it looked like a great reaction and a really important one. I think their keeper made some very good saves as well, because we had some big open chances. But that's what you need in key moments, our players individually, to do what they have to do. And we certainly done it. Another clean sheet, that we had 4 games without a clean sheet and a good victory.
Clean sheet, 18 unbeaten, 4 wins in a row at home. You tick all of those things off, and you also add into the fact you've had so much football to play. You spoke about rotation before the game. Right now, are you getting maximum out of this team, do you think? Yeah, especially because the amount of injuries that we still have, and we lost Saliba, we lost Big Gabi, today we lost Mosquera. Yeah, it's been a challenge, but yeah, Jurgen had to play as a centre, but whoever comes in, Ben White, I think he was excellent today. So everybody that giving the opportunity is performing.
Yeah, and given the players that aren't available and the way he's rotated and the week they've had, some run of results for them.
Yeah, 3 points were very important today. That was not the best game so far from Arsenal, but they created the best chances, and I think they deserve to win. I'm worried about Mosquera and as well Rice. I don't know if Rice is injured, but it's good to make a turnover today, and after the week they had, 3 very important heavy games. So, but I don't want to get more injured players,
He's talked about players continually stepping up. Mikel Moreno's right at the top of that queue.
Amazing.
With another goal, another headed goal in that first 10 minutes tonight.
It's amazing how he's very impressive, in this position. Michael, I think you can give him more advice, but he's filled up, the gap, in this position. And as I said before, he scored a great goal again, His movement is kind of typical of a striker, in a penalty area between defenders. He cut, the cross, great cross, from White. Great movement as well on the right flank. And his finishing is great because he's typical of a striker, He's cutting the edge on the first post, and he anticipates, the movement of the defender, and the finishing is great. So Gyökeres must ask himself what I'm doing on the bench.
That's 11 he's got for club and country this season, Mikel Moreno.
Exactly, and we never really had him down as a regular goalscorer until sort of the last year or so, and he's really stepped up to the plate. I mean, I love the timing of that run, and he's got that. He's very good in the air. There's lots of people that can head the ball if they're unchallenged, but when you time a run like that, it's got to be so precise. Like, you can make your run early and you'll end up way past the near post, or you'll end up pushing on to the next defender. So you're trying to find a gap in between, like a 2-yard gap, and you've got to time that to perfection, literally passing the defender as the ball is just about to land on the defender's head, and you nip in front and nod it in. And that timing is so difficult. I mean, it takes years and years and years of practice to understand, right, what's the defender going to do? What's the wide man going to do? When he crosses it, because if you get there a split second too far, the defender sees it and wrestles you out the way or heads out the way. You've got to almost catch him, bang, in the last split second, just nip in front of him and score. And it's a very difficult skill. People look at that and think it was a reasonably easy header. Well, the header's the easy bit. The timing of the run is, and he's got that. He's a very, very good timer of his runs.
Yeah, and it stayed that way for a long time. You're a little bit anxious in that second half at 1-0, but eventually Saka off the bench settled it.
Yeah, at the end, finally he scored that goal because he missed a great chance before that, a couple of minutes before that. And he was kind of lucky because, I think Herrera did everything, to save that goal, but it came at the end of the game and he secured 3 points. But before that, I didn't like really the first 15 minutes in the second half. I think Brentford was the best team on the pitch, and then they put a lot of pressure, on Arsenal defense. Raya didn't have a lot of things to do except the great save he did in the first half. But I was kind of worried because I thought Arsenal were very sloppy, and they were going backwards, all the time. But finally they get the 3 points, so that's the most important.
Saka's 7th of the season. He's the top scorer now. There's the next 6. It's Villa away, which is very difficult on Saturday morning, potentially. They've won again tonight, 8 out of the last 9. Club Brugge, of course, away in the Champions League, where Arsenal are top. Wolves, Everton, Palace and Brighton. I mean, they've got a real opportunity to get a stranglehold at the top of this league here.
They have. I mean, the 2 away games, Aston Villa and Everton, let's just focus on the Premier League here. Those 2 away games could be a little bit tricky. But I can't really see anybody at the Emirates at the moment. I can't really see anyone taking points off Arsenal. Certainly not Wolves, the way they're going. 2 points so far in the league so far. Crystal Palace are a good team. That's in the League Cup, so it won't concern Mikel Arteta so much. And then, of course, Brighton at home. Brighton concede a lot of goals, but they can beat anybody, Brighton, on the day. But it's not the worst run in the world, that. I think this next game away at Aston Villa is a big challenge. If they win that, then, wow, they're looking imperious.
Yeah, the early kick-off on Saturday. Now, you asked about Declan Rice. Mikel Arteta has said he will be assessed tomorrow. He could walk.
I said, I'm worried. Mosquera left the game with injury. I hope it's not that bad, for him, because this guy is so important.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So another good night for Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. But as you've mentioned, drop points at Anfield for Liverpool, 1-1 with Sun.
I mean, that was a hard-fought win in the end, but I'm sure from your point of view, it was about getting the 3 points, was it?
Yeah, that's all it was about, to be fair. Last week was a really intense week, 3 massive games. It was on such a high, and today, we knew we just needed to get the job done, and we did that, so we're happy.
You got to watch that for a lot of the match. What was it like from the bench, watching that first half in particular?
Yeah, I felt we controlled the game really well. We started really well. This man got the assist. I'm happy for him. But yeah, we're just looking for the second goal, which we got in the end, and that secured us a victory. Yeah,
Ben back in the side. Another start for you this season, a second. And you had some marauding runs. You pulled the ball back for the opening goal as well. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously not played too many games this season. The boys have been unbelievable, so I think it's just about supporting everyone, whoever's playing, whoever's not, sticking together, and when you do get a chance to perform as high as you can.
It has been mentioned as well that the depth in squad at Arsenal this season, when it comes to the title race, could be one of the differences. Do you think you've got the best squad depth in the league?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, training every day with all these players is unbelievable, and there's players that don't get any minutes that would probably start in any other team. So yeah, it's a pleasure every day to work with these boys.
What do you think?
Same as Ben.
Yeah. And just talk me through the goal for a second. Did you think it was going to cross that line? Were you wondering, because you'd had a near miss as well just before that?
Yeah, I just had a near miss just before that, and I was just hoping I'd get another chance. I'll score it, and obviously at first it looked like it wasn't going in, but then the bounce was nice for me, so yeah, I was happy to see it go in.
A lot of football lately. Just finally, just sum up how you're feeling as a squad about this season. It's all going well, 18 unbeaten.
Yeah, you just got to take game by game. I think such a long season, don't want to get carried away with anything, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Fantastic. Bakaya, would you do the honours? Because Ben White, you are player of the match. Congratulations.
Congrats, bro.